Hi, and welcome to JD's Longbox. I'm JD, and the hero of the month is Jack Reacher. I was first introduced to this character in the Jack Reacher movie, and I've since read several of the Jack Reacher novels written by Lee Child. The novels introduce Reacher as a 6'5" ex-military drifter with nothing but the clothes on his back, a wad of cash, an expired ID, and a folding toothbrush. Raised as an army brat on various bases around the world, Reacher studied at West Point and reached the rank of major in the U.S. Army, serving as an investigator in the military police. He now wanders the United States, living about as far off the grid as a person can get, yet trouble always seems to find him, and his strong deductive skills and inquisitive nature draws him in closer. He's noted as the only non-Marine to win the U.S. Marine Corps 1,000-yard rifle competition, and he's also a champion in competitive pistol shooting. While Reacher is a capable fighter with weapons and unarmed combat, and the books do feature shootouts and fistfights, these aren't really action books. Each book features a mystery, and Reacher has to use his skills as an investigator, physical threats, or sheer force of will to unravel. The feature film Jack Reacher was released by Skydance Productions in 2012, and its sequel Never Go Back was released in 2016. Both films starred Tom Cruise in the title role. While Cruise was criticized for his smaller stature, I felt that his acting intensity was plenty big enough to fill Reacher's boots, and I loved that to make up for his smaller size, he was a very smart character, often having to outwit his opponents instead of simply overpowering them. Reacher returned to the screen in the Amazon Prime series, just titled Reacher, in 2012, this time starring Alan Richardson as the titular character. Richardson more closely fits the hulking stature, and his acting has developed to strongly portray the blunt and laconic hero seen in the books. While Reacher fits the mold of a typical American action hero, he was originally introduced as an antidote to the brooding anti-heroes that had flooded pop culture in the past 4 decades. Instead of being weighed down with past losses and regrets, Jack Reacher is a nomad with no connections and no baggage. Reacher felt that he had been in the military his whole life, and therefore he didn't have a place to call home. So when he left the army, he became a wanderer, never staying in one place for more than a few days. As he puts it himself in The Affair, I was 36 years old, a citizen of a country I'd barely seen, and there were places to go and there were things to do. There were cities and there was countryside. There were mountains and there were valleys. There were rivers, there were museums and music and motels and clubs and diners and bars and buses. There were battlefields and birthplaces, legends and roads. There was company if I wanted it, and there was solitude if I didn't. I picked a road at random and put one foot on the curb, and one in the traffic lane, and I stuck out my thumb. Reacher is the wandering knight-errant for the modern age, and he helps those he meets along the way out of an innate sense of duty to do the right thing. If you like thrillers, action, or mysteries, then Jack Reacher is the hero you're looking for. Until next time, I'm JD, and this box is closed.